Well, this was supposed to be a review of Iberia's A350 in basic economy, from Chicago to Madrid, connecting on to Barcelona on an A320. But from the thumbnail, you can see that isn't what happened. Instead, I ended up on American's Dreamliner direct to Barcelona in premium economy. Believe it or not, American pulled through in the end, and definitely saved my vacation. But oh, don't you worry, there's plenty of blame to go around in this complete farce. If you want to skip straight to the flight review of American's Dreamliner in premium economy to Barcelona, click on the timestamp. I have some things to get off my chest first. Look, Doug, I know you swore American Airlines would never lose money again. Let me give you some advice and explain how this business works. I give you money, you give me plane ticket. Earth-shattering, I know. But American and Iberia bungled even that basic concept. Let me start from the beginning. I saw a $400 basic economy fare from Chicago to Barcelona over Labor Day. Awesome! It's gone as low as $280, but for a summer holiday weekend, it looked great to me. So I went to AA.com to book. There were multiple routings, but the cheapest was on Iberia through Madrid and American directly back on the 787. Great, I'd get to check out the new Iberia A350 and compare the two. American and Iberia are not only One World members, but have a joint venture where they price fix, synchronize the experience and split revenue. Combined itineraries should be no problem. But it wouldn't ticket. I'd get to the payment stage and then nope, it said it was unavailable. So I called into American. They said that because it was a basic economy ticket and involved another airline, the itinerary was invalid and couldn't be booked. What? No, that's just so completely wrong. Fine, I'll go book through Iberia. It was a few euros more, whatever. But nope, wouldn't ticket either.
Nope.
Look, I'm trying to give you my money here. Finally, I called American again, and after multiple holds and 2 different supervisors, I got it to ticket. Booking a flight should not be this hard, guys. The issue is Iberia's IT. It is quite literally worse than any other airline I have ever flown on. Even little MTB lets you successfully book online. Iberia's IT wasn't properly talking with Americans, and hence the inability to ticket. After receiving my confirmation number, I paid for seats on Iberia's website, $50 combined for both flights, which, after taking my money, crashed and there was no record of the transaction or confirmation email. Because Iberia. So the day before, I go to check in and successfully print out my Iberia boarding pass to Madrid. But where's my flight to Barcelona? It's not on the reservation. It's not in the American app either. Uh-oh. So I call American. The outsourced call center worker made a lot of very confused noises and asked around her colleagues for help. She told me the flight from Madrid to Barcelona was cancelled, she didn't know why, and there was no other routing and nothing she could do. Okay, wrong answer there.
Oh, hell no!
So I went out to O'Hare early to figure it out. I went to the Iberia check-in desk, but all of the employees were actually from American. So it turns out the Iberia ground staff at Barcelona were on strike. Iberia had cancelled the flight and had kicked it back to American to fix. But the message never got through to American, and it most certainly never got back to me. I never received any email from either airline. So nice teamwork there, guys. One world, my ass. The American employee pretending to be with Iberia, though, was delightful, and really worked with her colleagues to fix the situation. One of the dirty little secrets of basic economy is that you are absolutely last in priority for being rebooked. There was quite literally only 1 seat left on an American 787 direct to Barcelona, and I got it. So thank you, truly. But it didn't depart until 10 p.m., so I got to photograph a lot of planes. To circle back on this whole experience, what if I were just an infrequent traveler? Would I have even booked this in the first place or given up? Would I have believed the phone agents who were wrong? What would my options be in terms of rebooking? The complete lack of communication by either airline is shameful, And get your IT together, Iberia, seriously. It's not just embarrassing at this point, I believe it's costing you and your partners money. I mentioned in my prior American 787 video that American has more Dreamliners than they know what to do with. But American is finally expanding their routes from ORD, and there's now a whole Dreamliner fleet flying from Chicago to Europe. London, Athens, Barcelona, Dubrovnik, Manchester, Paris, Rome, Venice, Dublin, and soon to include Prague, Krakow, and Budapest. So hopefully this flight will be great in economy, because it's not like any of these routes will have any business class award availability. All the Dreamliners headed off, though most were delayed, and one went mechanical. My flight was actually oversold by 10. My name was called, and surprisingly, I was upgraded to premium economy. Quite the change in fortune from basic economy. Boarding was a disorganized brawl as zones were called, thanks Spaniards. I was given seat 6D, an aisle seat on the bulkhead row. I put my stuff down and started filming. Then another gentleman showed me his ticket, with the same seat number. Apparently my seat changed between scanning my boarding pass and boarding the aircraft. After much discussion, I ended up back in 7E, a middle seat. But hey, it's still an upgrade, I'm not complaining. Premium economy is configured in a 2-3-2 configuration, compared with 3-3-3 in economy. There's a real leg rest in the bulkhead rows, but in the rest there's just a wimpy footrest that doesn't go down far enough in my opinion. Bedding was recently upgraded with Casper branded products, which were fairly comfortable. There's also a small amenity kit with socks, eye shades, and toiletries. Noise-canceling headphones are provided, though I stuck with my Bose. The seatback entertainment is standard for the American fleet that still has it, and has a decent enough selection of movies. The monitor in premium economy does tilt so you can maintain the viewing angle if the person in front of you reclines. It doesn't in regular economy. I won't be covering the Wi-Fi and entertainment on this leg as I tried to sleep the whole way, but I'll cover it in part 2 when I fly back in economy. Menus were passed out, and a flight attendant went around confirming special meals. Except not a single one was correct. He remarked they must have catered the wrong flight. Turns out he was looking at tomorrow's flight. The premium economy seats were pretty nice actually, wide enough to not feel squished, and had a really significant recline. While obviously not lie flat, it's decent enough to get some shut-eye, and the footrest makes a little more sense when fully reclined. Hell, it's better than Copa's current business class. Obviously, with this middlest of middle seats, there'll be no takeoff or landing footage. Flying time was 7 hours and 50 minutes at 39,000 feet. As this was a very late flight departing after 10 p.m., I am happy to say that meal service started and ended quickly to maximize sleeping time. Service started about 20 minutes after takeoff. There was a choice of chicken or vegetarian pasta, and I went with a chicken bulgogi. It wasn't bad actually, though very salty. The salad was also fairly varied, and I was gonna give them high marks, though my tray was missing the bottles of oil and dressing. The mango in the salad was fairly underripe, but that's par for the course even in your supermarket. Besides the cheese and some bread and butter, there was a cheesecake that wasn't bad and was sufficiently tart. Meal service was done by 40 minutes after takeoff, and concluded with a second round of drinks or tea or coffee. With my usual preparation and the provided eye shades, I actually slept pretty well all things considered for about 5 hours off and on, and awoke as the breakfast carts went rolling by. There was no choice of breakfast, but only a fruit plate with yogurt and a cinnamon pastry. I mean, it was fine and all, it just wasn't anything special. As we came into land, the first announcement was in Catalan. Nice touch there, American. After deplaning, I was confronted with a wall of non-EU citizen humanity, as our arrival coincided with an Emirates A380 and Qatar A350. Combined with an ongoing strike, it was well over an hour till we cleared security, and I was able to arrive in Barcelona. A truly Spanish welcome. So American's premium economy. I actually liked it. The crew was friendly enough, the food surprisingly edible, and the seat comfortable and with more than enough legroom. This is actually the very first real intercontinental premium economy I've tried, as there hasn't been a compelling use of miles, and the prices tend to be significantly higher. So I can't compare to the likes of ANA in Singapore, which I can only assume are significantly better. Given that I got on this flight at all, and was upgraded all because of American, I have to be grateful. The direct flight is seasonal, and pulling the cheapest day in October, it's $600 in economy, $1,600 in premium economy, and $6,000 in business. Is the premium economy worth $500, nearly the coach round trip, each way? That's a tough question and depends on your budget. To help you decide, I'll be flying back in economy like I was supposed to in part 2. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more flight reviews. I'll see you on the next one.